Hello, we are Team 3, and this is the fourth and final sprint exit video for the resource and fund modules for the one-step platform. As everybody knows, the whole class has been hard at work deploying the application as a whole, and so in that respect, the bulk of our work has gone into deploying and integrating our module with all the other modules. And in particular, we'll be talking a fair amount about authorization for user roles within organizations, integration with the rewards service, integration with Paygo for blockchain, as well as some other general improvements. When we land at the website, the current front-facing part is the fund module itself. And so even if I'm not logged in, I can view funds and I can donate to funds. If I head to a fund details page real quick, it is notable that we now support the ability for users to point at YouTube videos so that they can show some more information and generally make their pages more appealing. And we're also pulling some information here directly from the organization module to show things like org names. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and log in. So bear with me while I type in my username and password. We'll sign in. This will land us in the main application, first in the org module, but we're going to head over to the crowdfund module. Here, because I hold certain roles, administrative roles within organizations, I have the ability to create new crowdfunds, and I also have the ability to manage and distribute funds from funds that I've set up myself. But notably, I'm going to create a new fund. So first, actually, the reason I'm going to do this is partially to demonstrate the rewards integration. So if I head into our step tokens, you can see I'm already pretty loaded here with 6,000. You can just think about the first digit here, step tokens. So we'll head into the crowdfund module and we'll create a fund, at which point we should be rewarded with 1,000 step tokens. So we'll set up a fund. Just as a small tangent as I do that, I believe the recording doesn't show this submenu very well, but we are now pulling these organizations and showing the list of organizations that I'm part of. And so that way I can only choose the ones that I have a role in. So I'll switch it just to slightly illustrate. Projects will follow suit soon. We'll set our dates. We'll set a goal amount and a currency, and we'll create the fund. Okay. Now that we've done that, also just last little tangent, we also now support default images for funds. So just in case folks aren't uploading images, keeps the front page a little prettier. Let's head back to the rewards widget though. If you recall, the first digit was 6 and now it's 7. So we've been awarded 1,000 step tokens for creating a crowdfund in the crowdfund module. All right, so let's head back to the module. Let's head back to my fundraiser and let's set up an escrow account. So this takes a second for blockchain to provision the escrow account to be ready to receive donations. Just while that happens, it's notable we can, of course, upload our own images for our fund. We can also set our YouTube video that is displayed. But anyway, that's completed, which is great. Now we can head back to our fund, and now we can donate to it. So if you recall from previous demos, in order to donate or just generally do transactions in the blockchain, we had to provide both our address and our secret passphrase to do so. Now we just provide what's called a pay string, which will ping my phone and prompt me to basically verify the transaction. So let's donate. So it says, thank you for donating. I know you can't see it, but my phone has been pinged with this transaction. And so I'm going to accept it and sign it by putting in a PIN on my phone. And so this here is an explorer for my account. So this is the account my paystring is associated with. And what you should see in just a sec, and there it is, here is the transaction that I just signed. And so you can see a few seconds ago, and this is the escrow account that we just set up about a minute ago. And so I've signed the transaction, it's gone through, and we've donated to the fund. Now let's switch gears to the resource module. So a lot of the functionality here parallels what we saw in Fund, in the sense that first, of course, we can only see resources that we're responsible for or orders that have been placed through us if we are indeed a supplier. And of course, we'll only see the resources we're responsible for that we've created. Just, I guess, to illustrate that very briefly, if you take note of these diapers here in the first one, if I head into this resources page from this particular logged in user, I know it's maybe a little hard to see in a brief demo, but you'll notice diapers are conspicuously missing here because those are under a different supplier. And so the same holds true for orders, among other things. But let's head back to the main page for a moment. I'm going to, I guess while I'm here, notable that the search and sorts are now working. So if I want to sort it, say, by like lowest to highest price, we can do that, or by newest product, the page will update. We can also search. So if I want to say like go to the water, we can do that. And so we'll click on water and head in here. The map functionality is now fully working for the most part. Unfortunately, it looks like the API key isn't quite granting us full permission at the moment in the deployed environment, but this pin is still correct. So if you ignore the development purposes only, we are dropping the pin for the lat and long of this particular resource. Now, it's also notable if I head into, say, this is a little bit of a tangent because we'll show Pego once more in a sec, but discussion boards have also been integrated here. And so that holds true for specific resources and for the module as a whole. So if I click on discussions here, we can see that people have been discussing this resource. We can also go to general discussions and note that we can see, oops, I think I clicked the wrong button there. Sorry about that. There we go. And so here's sort of the general discussions for the resource module. But last but not least, and that will be mirrored in the fund module, just as an aside for specific funds as well as for the fund module as a whole. Last but not least, though, if I want to go ahead and buy something, so let's say I want to buy some of these diapers, let's say I want to buy 2 of them, we can do that. I'll buy it. Here you can see if it's delivery, we're going to need to specify our address. So maybe shouldn't actually type in my personal address, but I'm going to do it anyway. So we'll do that. And now we're prompted to pay. So here, just like in the fund module, it's going to prompt us for our pay string instead of for the full account information like before. So we'll go ahead and pay. Thanks us for our order. And so same deal, bear with me while I sign the transaction on my phone off screen. So I just signed it. And once again, if we head to the Explorer here, we should see that transaction materialize right about now. And so here's the supplier's account, which is being pulled from the organization module. And so that's how it works. So thanks for listening.